Welcome to our Instagram live session. If you find yourself even in your any age, in 20s, in your 30s, or even in your 40s, or even later, if you find yourself, getting, disappointed, with the feeling of disappointment that you have not achieved your life's purpose, then you're not alone. You may be surprised that you have more things in common with people like Julia Child, Vincent van Gogh, J.K. Rowling, or even Oprah. They have these highly successful, purpose-filled individuals. Have what they figured out is that your dreams, achieving dreams, have no limit, no age limit. Or neither your soul's purpose has a limit. So, hello and welcome to yet another Instagram live sessions wherein we, take topics or pick out topics to discuss that not only improves your personal growth but also improves mental health. Today, our topic of discussion is discovering your purpose. So I couldn't have asked for a better person to join me as a guest speaker today than Mr. Ahmed Fadhul. He's a human behavior specialist. He is a mental and behavioral coach. He is a co-founder of V.M.G methodology and a dear friend. Let me add him. Mr. Ahmed, thank you very much for joining us today.
Good evening, Tanvi. How are you?
Good evening. I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, amazing. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, accepting my invitation.
I'm so happy and grateful to be in your show and your Instagram live. That's make me excited, and let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's dig in. Let's dig into the subject, isn't it? So I actually recently came across a very interesting quote wherein Mark Twain famously declared that there are two most important days in your life: the day that you were born and the day that you figure out why. So my first question to you would be, why, Mr. Ahmed? Why do you think you were born?
Right. Yeah. This is one of the most, let me say, difficult questions. At the same time, the most beautiful question for the human being, if he knows why we are here as a human. What's our purpose in life? Why we are born? Did we choose to be in this life or not? And if we look at it in a simple or the phrase answer, I would say, any product that you can see around you, it has been created by an artist, by a visionary person, by a human, all global or the whole planet. Any product that's been created by this genius, a human being. Now, this a human being been born to develop this planet. Now, how did we came here and what's our goal? Can we each, a human being, lives in a hierarchies of value, which is another way, live in hierarchies of purpose in life to develop and, give from within that human body. So the body will be the instruments of the music of that purpose of that human. Now, each human being, if he recognizes the highest value, it's mean this is his message in life. This is why he's been born, not born to study, but to study the people around him and how he can develop this talent, if we call it, or this purpose in life, and create something to help the universe to grow, to develop this universe. So basically, we are born here to deliver our message that each human being have this message, just need to understand it and recognize it and deliver it. And this is the big game.
Ah, yes, thank you. So you've been talking about purpose. Purpose as
Yes.
as our topic today is discover your purpose, and in your answer now you use the word purpose. Can you please, define it? What exactly is purpose?
It is, if we put it together, you will find me repeating one word called highest value. The highest value is related to the purpose of the human being journey. The purpose in life, it is a mission, a goal that each human being want to accomplish. Now, the problem is 95% of the human or the people, if you ask them, what's the purpose in life? What's your own purpose in life? They will say, I don't know. Now, if we want to define what's the purpose in life, we can say, what is our message as a human to deliver to these people around us, to this universe? The purpose, it's the end of mind, the telos. So this is where the human being can be defined as a miracle human being. It's not as an animal, because a human being have the ability to think and to create. And the purpose of each human being to create something in life from within. And all the human have this potential. It's only, it requires to have an environment that activate this mind, which is, we always put it together as a, كوكبة إكسير حياة, or the elixir team. The purpose of life that will activate the frontal loop. The frontal loop, it will be activating your identity. The identity, it is where your purpose, what you love to do, what, if we want to call it as a hobby, it is the number one hobby. If we want to call it something to play, it's the best things to play. It is the big game. This is the life, and this is the purpose of life.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. So if you're saying about purpose in life, what is the process? How do you discover it? What is the process behind it?
Now, the purpose in life, as I said, I go back to, as a human, we born for this life, this big game, to give something. All of us, each a human. Now, the purpose in life, it is the understanding and discovering what is the highest value number one. Now, how to discover the highest number one, to understand that we have a purpose in life. Each human have, let we say it as something driving him from within to do it. So you do not require motivation to do it. You will be inspiring from within to deliver this value. If you spend, for example, 10 to 12 hours doing this value, which is your highest value number one, you will be switching off from any environment. The 12 hours or the 10 hours will be like 1 hour or half an hour. You don't even remember the time. Now, the highest value, if you understand it and discover it, and you have a mission in it, this is will guide you to achieve your purpose in life. So every day, it is a growing goals in your life to establish this purpose in life.
So do you think your passions or our hobbies are our purpose? Do you think that? Do you think?
Well, to be honest, MV, a lot of people, for example, say, I have hobbies. But how many hobbies they have? Some of them 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what is the hobby? The hobby number one. The most important hobby to you. Are you focusing that hobby, or you distract yourself with other hobbies as well? Majority of the hobbies that we call it our hobbies is basically a copying other people values. And we call it, this is our hobbies. Or because we watch TV or watch, let me say, devices, and say, wow, that person, he's in the sport, or he's doing the gym, or he's doing yoga, he's doing aerobics. And we think we want to copy them, and we call them this is hobby. most of the hobbies that I see around us, it is copying other people's values. You know, but in reality, yes, there's in the human have value, and that's the hobby actually number one. If we focus on the hobby number one, which is the highest value, this is where it will create our purpose. So when we talk about hobbies, highest value, purpose, basically if you put them together, this is the happiness of life. If we understand them and we focus in them and we have a mission to establish that, that's the real happiness.
So, see, there are times that, you know, we have situations wherein we are put in a position where we have influence from outside, you know, people who are, you know, people who are dictating how our life should be going, you know, and maybe we have our own insecurities, we have our own fears that maybe this is not something that we should be doing, even though we find that little bit of happiness in it, but we still fight it, you know, we still fight it, that we don't want to do it more, you know, it's just the insecurities that stop us from doing it or living our best lives. How do you tackle that part?
Well, I would call it the most enemy to the human being is the fears. Okay. Now, if we face fears, what does it mean if I face the fears? The fears is mean there is something in front of me, I don't know how to do it. And if I do it, I cannot, for example, achieve it. In my mind, it will tell me that I cannot achieve it. So there's a fears of going to do that. I think the things that is stopping us is ourselves. And why I'm stopping myself to achieve my happiness or my purpose in life? It's because of my mental state or the way how I think. It goes to my paradigm, which goes to my data information that been injected from the young age, from year one up to now. All this information that been put into this brain is stopping me doing what I love to do. It's stopping me doing anything that actually I see and I love to do. It creates a fear to me because all the ideas that stopping me going to do that it's injected to my brain, to my data information, which is, we call it the paradigm, and will stop me because of the culture, stopping me because of, I think if I'll do it I'll be failure, it's stopping me because I'm not good enough, it's stopping me because I think this is not the right time, it's stopping me because if I do it people will never accept it. So all of this is like a barrier for me, create a fears for me to do what I'm supposed to do.
I mean, do you think that this is like subconsciously we decide to do this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanvi, 95% of what we're doing is subconscious. So we are not aware of really what we are doing. But this 95% behavior, it's like a data information being injected to our subconscious mind, which is we are only by the 5 senses. We walk, we drive, we eat, we do things by 5 senses to drive this body to do it. But actually the practice of that, it is being injected to the subconscious mind. It's become like a behavior. So you cannot do anything else if it is not being a data information in the mind. You might know it, which is the 5 senses. You might know information through your 5 senses, but you will never apply it physically into what you do because actually it's not being injected to the subconscious mind. Injected to subconscious minds become as a habit. You need to create a habit or work in that every day or practice in that every day. It will be like a habit, then it will be like an action for it, then you will see a result. So 95% of our behavior, we are not aware of it.
Can I just interrupt you? We have Alia. Alia is saying, just ask yourself if this is 100% true. What is it such a bad thing? What does it mean to me? What does it mean about me? I mean, do you think that what I understand from her is basically you have to ask questions to yourself that this is something that is something for you, or somebody wants you to do something, you know, like what it means to me in a way.
It's a beautiful question. And actually, if we ask ourselves, this is a questions, now the answer, let us go for that. Let us to, okay, we ask this question to ourselves. Now we come to the answer. Who will answer this?
We should be,
actually.
actually.
We should be. But
we should be, yeah.
We should be, correct. But
Yeah.
if we supposed to answer this answer come from where? From the subconscious mind. Okay, this subconscious mind, which is know the answer, who say that's wrong or right? That's the problem. Who say that's wrong or right? If I do it, other people they say wrong, for example, or if I do it, some people they say right. But in reality, our answer is based on our data information. We're not talking about here wrong or right, but this is not conscious, not, let me say, soul consciousness, this answer. This is not soul conscious. This is data information that we know. If I ask anybody now, we'll answer it through the data information. Now, what we are talking about, if we want to answer any question, it have to be based on our own purpose in life, our own, you know, let me say, the identity. Who am I? I'm not going to study something away from my identity. That's why a lot of people, when they study, go to school and they go to university, sometimes, or majority of them, they are not even going to the job or working into the area where actually they work. Why? Because they study something is not related to them.
True. But I'll add a little bit something here. I mean, nowadays I see there is a shift. I know I'm moving a little bit away from the topic, but when you talk about your study and what is in history, especially Indian history, I have nothing. I don't want it. This is not my strong suit. But I have to study that. English literature, English language, Hindi literature, Hindi language. There's certain things that we have to study in order to do that. And then they say for grade 12, you can choose what you want to do. And the choosing will come only with three mainstreams. One will be commerce, which is the commercial school. One will be the arts, where you do the literature and the English language, Hindi language, that will be the literature. And the third would be the science field, which we will go with the medical field. So these are the three main fields. Now, I don't know, I've lost touch of it, but these are the things that we had to choose from. Even if I want to do English, and it depends on your marks, by the way, it depends on your number of marks that you've got, then only you'll be eligible to go there. Maybe I did not score very well, but I like to study, or I want to become something in the medical field, maybe not a doctor, but in the medical field. And for that, I have to study science, but my marks don't allow me to do that. You know, or but how can we break that stereotype? How can we, I know it's a very weird question, but it's something that it is, many people, who are young, they are going through this. They are going through this aspect that they want to do something, but their hands are tied, or they are not allowed to do some things because of the system doesn't allow it to do.
Don't you think, MV, by the kids having this stress, the parent and the government and the rest of people around us limit our innovation and creativities to do something different? Is not true?
It is absolutely true. It's like basically creating a wall in front of us. It's absolutely true.
Now, why? Let us to answer this beautifully. Your longer questions to the short answer. The reason why the parents and the people around us limit us, because when they are at that time, when they are young age, they've been limited to by their parents. Okay, so this become like again program this way paradigm correct? It is the way how my parents looked after me and put me in this. I should do it with my kids. So copy paste. Now, do they mean that they don't want us to be creative, young, beautiful kids? No, they won't. But the things, they don't have it in their information that we are able to do it. They are better. They are knowing better. They know our future. They want to protect us. They want to save, to make us save our money, to save gold, to be happy. We don't know what's the future. They are actually their fear. They inject it to our life, and they think they want to protect us. And actually, they are protecting their identity, their mind. So again, the reason why we cannot move forward, parents, government, training, institute, schools, because they are in paradigm. That's why the new innovation of training and study and teaching, it have to be open field for the student. Teacher have to monitor how the beautiful children engage themselves with the nature, and we focus on what they are interested in. We provide the environment that will be like a welcoming to them, and give them the space to create a thinking, to go to move themselves from routine life to accomplishment, to understand how can I reach this goal, how to reach my value, how to understand my value, especially when kids age between 0 to 11 years. We need to watch them to see what's the most interesting things for them to study, what they love to study, which subject they attract them. Because some student, they will have high mark in certain subject, and the same time they have lower mark in different subject. That's fine. You cannot be letting the kids to know every single things. No, there are certain things they love it. Same as what you eat as a fruit. I like certain fruit. I don't like certain fruit. That's fine. But I should not love all the fruit. So is the subject is the same as the fruit. Which subject I love, I need to focus in, and the parent and the teacher should give me the space to enjoy this journey, what I study, what I love more.
Basically, it's up to now, as you said, the education system is creating a shift, so it's actually us as individuals who have gone through the whole education system, and we are old enough to make the decisions that we want to do. We need to create or get rid of those barriers, or those those fears that we have that limit us to create a best life for us. Correct.
Wow.
So
and this is I love this question, and this is what we call it, in the elixir of life. We call this a barrier wall. How to break through the barrier wall. Now, this is the paradigm shift. This is where a human being, if he want to create a shift and to break this barrier, the wall which is been built for us, we need to discover our purpose in life. We need to discover our highest value, number one. If we understand it and we apply it daily by focusing into that value, we will create a shift into the paradigm. When we shift the paradigm, we will shift our behavior. When we shift our behavior, we will see different result. When we see different result, we believe in it, and the people will believe in it, that we are successful, we are being happy with it. This is where we can break the war, and we be a freedom. But if we don't break that war, we will be always under monitoring of the subconscious mind, under monitoring of other people paradigm, and then we'll be, if we didn't break it, we'll be failure. And this is dangerous. If you are not breaking the wall, you will be going back to the same paradigm. People will be depressed. People will be unhappy because they have not seen the result. And this is where we always say, the technique of VMG, your value, your highest value, number one, if you discover it, and your mind, if you understand that's your value, and you have a goal to establish it, this is where you can break the barrier.
See, most of us are trying nowadays to live, keep up with the life, in a way that you are actually maybe doing something, but it's paying your bills, So how do you break that kind of a thing, that you need to get over that aspect of just surviving from the days and go ahead? How do you do that?
Well, this is another beautiful way of putting these questions. again, majority of people living in a survival states. Okay, survival states is only thinking about breathing, eating, sleeping, having kids, and that kids actually kind of protection kids. It's not even a kids that you have alive. Majority of parents who have a kids, they destroying that kids because they don't know how to, give them right environment. Now, if we live for a survival that we focus in only in food, this is where the employee go to bring the salary, and what they spend the salary on: rent, food, house, maximum car to drive to work and back. What else we spend on? So this is survival. Sometimes survival is not even the money that if they give us 1 million, it's not enough. 10 million is not, because we don't know what they're going to spend this million. And people that say, okay, let us ask questions in general. If they receive 10 million, somebody have 10 million, believe it or not, Tanvi, what will happen? They will say, we'll pay our loan. They will say, we'll buy a villa or cars. Or we will give between a bracket. They will give it to our friends and people and home and this, and we will travel. We will do. This is what does it mean? They're gonna spend all the million on materializing things and survival things, because they have not recognized the life. They did not recognize the purpose in life, the highest value. But if they have the money, which is even a small money, even if there is no money, they can work from the minimum resources, and they focus into that. And this is where, like you're planting a seed of mango into the tree, and after 8 to 10 years, you will claim mango fruits. Now, if you know the purpose of that seed, that will create a bigger tree, and the bigger tree will give you a mango fruit in 10 years. This is like a person have purpose in life and planting his value like a mango seed, and wait for this 10 years to give you the mango fruit. The problem that many people who want to plant that seed want to pick up the mango after 6 months. You can't get this. You can't claim the fruit. So this is the same as people who's living in survival, living in a basically in wanting to eat, to drink, have house, and that's basic survival. Why they are in basic survival? Because they are not understanding, and they're not, recognizing the highest value, so they can shift from survival to life. Because anybody who recognizes the purpose in life and the highest value, it automatically will shift themselves from survival to the life. Many people who start in understanding the purpose in life and the highest value, they're planting the seed. Now, if they think about money now, they are multimillionaires. All the millionaires around you, all the people, as you said, Oprah, majority of celebrities, if you go back to their childhood, they are poor. They are not living in a golden spoon. But they inject that value into their life, and they activate it from pain. They've been 13 years suffering, but because they focus on it, now the quantum, the universe reward them, and you can see they are very happy now.
True, you're right. Actually, I'll have another question. It's like, okay, now I know my purpose. Maybe I know my purpose. Now what? What is the next thing I can do when I know I've discovered it?
Now, if that's the purpose, that you discover it and you know it, obviously you need to apply it in reality, which is practicing that value in a daily routine. It's become like a habit. Your purpose in life, your highest value, become a daily habit. Now that's require an order from your heart that you love that purpose, you love that, let we say, value. If you practice it every day, you will create an intelligent behavior. You will create a behavior that will create neurotransmitters in the brain. We will call it a mind that basically doing what you love and loving what you do. What you require to do, putting a roadmap for that value. So you knowing every day you're working to create a result, and that result small result will build in as a small result. Sometimes we don't see it, but it's small result. It's maybe 1%. But every day I'm working on to 1%, 1%, 1%. In certain years, I will reach to 100%. That's the highest value. So when you have a goal, when you have the purpose, you need to have a goal. You set a goal, which is a strategy to achieve that big purpose in life. So that will be like small goals will lead you to the bigger goal, and the bigger goal will lead you to your purpose in life. And that's why a person who's living in highest value and purpose want to accomplish living legacy. You can see them, they are living legacy.
Okay. You say about VMG, you talked about value and G as the goal. What is mind? What is the middle part, mind?
Well, the mind is the secret of achieving the goal and activating the value. So a person who have a value, which is, let we say, the highest value number one, which is the hobby number one. Always Mr. Muhammad al-Muaddin said, the hobby number one, if you have many hobbies, hobby number one. Now, if you have it, you require the body to do it. So the body will never gonna do it unless you have a mind which is neurotransmitters in the brain. It's like brain cell, and shooting this behavior. It's like you're working in it. So the mind actually is like will help you to put all the data information that you want to achieve in your life as a physically movement, action, doing. You need to put it in the mind. So what's the mind? Do the mind think? No, the mind cannot think. Cannot think. Thinking, yes, the mind, but think not, the thoughts itself, it is not the mind itself. Thoughts, it is an ideas. And the ideas, if it is going to be practicing, doing that in the real life, you need to have a mind which is a practice in this. So for example, if Tanvi want to be the best sports lady and the gymnastic, you need to create a mind in the gymnastics. So you need to go every day to do practice
The
in
gym,
that.
yeah.
So when you do the gym every day, in 10 years, your mind will be like gymnastic a person. So this is exactly like your highest value. If your value is not being practiced every day, then you cannot achieve it. So the mind is the driving machine or the machine that will lead your value on practice, so you can see results.
True. Okay. Do you think that I'll go through my questions because I had written a lot of them. Okay, what makes us lean towards things that we want or things that are expected from us? What makes us lean there?
What we want is driven by heart, what you love to do, what I want to do. What I have to is related to my paradigm, to what other people want from me, and I have to do it with that, to please people, which is sacrificing my mission life for other people to please it, because this is my culture, this is how I am. They want me to be. If I do it this way, they will accept me. So I want something, I love something, come from the heart, driven from the from purpose, from what you love. And I have to, it means something is not related to me, but I am programmed in it, and I have to do it. And anybody can be who do something that he have to, unfortunately, the result, it is chronic diseases in the body, and the body will be shooting flags, yellow flags, through that sickness or diseases or chronic disease, that you are doing something wrong to your body, to your life. And this is the witness or the evidence by you shooting wrong way, away from your purpose, your body will be facing this chronic disease.
Okay. As we were talking about goals, you said that you have to have a roadmap when we were talking about the mind and the value. how can we create that roadmap? What we can do to achieve those goals?
Right. Um, Let me put it in the very simple example. Let us say, Tanvi, your goal is to go to a house in Muharraq Island. Okay, so that's your goal. That goal, you need to know the address where how to reach it. Now, let us just say Google Map. If you have a Google Map and you put the address in that and you drive your car, will you reach it or not?
Without Google Maps or with Google
With
Maps?
the Google Map, and you put the date,
Yeah.
house number and the road number and block number,
We'll
you
reach
will
it.
reach it, right?
We'll reach it, yes.
Okay. But if you don't have this road number and house number and block number, will you reach?
No.
Not
You have
really.
to ask
Oh,
people.
too much
Yeah.
headache. And you might go to lift up. Now,
Yeah.
the goal itself, any human want to achieve that goal, he need to have the roadmap for it.
Okay.
Which is that roadmap created in your heart as imagination.
Okay.
How to achieve that things. So I have to write it down. For example, in 2023, I will take this road to this, I will turn left or right, for example, to reach Muharraq. So each road will lead me to another road, and each road will lead me to another road. I will reach traffic. This traffic, I will go to the bridge. If that bridge been blocked, I have to shift the other bridge. So this is the roadmap. Roadmaps mean I have a way or ideas I create for my, not somebody else, because somebody else might drive me to the wrong area. I have to create it myself. So when I create it myself and I feel very good and happy with it, and I follow it, even if I reach a wrong road, it doesn't mean I have to cancel my destination. I just need to shift to other road to lead me to the same destination. So when you go to one bridge and that bridge being closed, doesn't mean you go back home. No. You go to, there's another bridge and there's a third bridge to reach you to Muharraq. So a goal, to establish goal or to reach your goal, you need to have a roadmap, and the roadmap, you have to create it yourself based on your highest value and how you love to reach it.
So if for example, that you were talking, I was thinking that, yes, I have my roadmap written, I will achieve this by this day, but some people, they do very vague goals, like even if they have a written goal, they will have a very vague goal. Oh, I will achieve this, or it can be for work, it can be a personal thing, that I will achieve this by this day, this time. But it's a very vague thing. I will be successful, or I will be having a business. But it is not very, kind of a tunnel visioned goal. So how can you create that kind of goal that it is very specific to what you should be doing? Or, like when I've attended your events before, when you say that on this particular day, this particular thing you will be achieving, that you write goals like this. But, people who are just starting into this journey of VMG, for them, the goals would be quite vague, I'll be working somewhere, or I'll be having a company. I will be a CEO of that company. But what kind of company? Maybe it's related to your purpose, but how to be specific in your goals?
Well, great question again, Tanvi. Thank you. The big goal, it is your destination. It's like where you're gonna reach. You have to have this imagination of what you want to achieve. If you don't have the big goal, how you can plan the small goal? If you don't have a written destination, for example, if you want to go to Muharraq Airport, if you don't have Muharraq Airport, if I tell you go to Muharraq, you reach Muharraq, okay, what to do in Muharraq? But if you have if you say Muharraq Airport, then say, oh, yes, I'm going to go to the airport. Then again in the airport, what's your purpose? Picking a passenger or traveling? So no traveling. Okay, where are you going? Traveling. Or to that destination. So So to make it the short, again, the long answer, short answer. If I say I'm gonna go to London on the 17th of London, I will. It's mean I have to know my ticket, what time will depart, what time the flight will depart the airport, what time have to be the airport, what time will reach London, when I return. All these things have to be written. That's why if you write the thing, you will reach your goal. So the big goal doesn't scare us. The big goal, we have to let our mind see the big goal, write it down as a year and forget about that. That's not a problem. Then you start writing small goals every day. It's like a chain, okay? Like a chain. Every goal have to connect with other goal. Have to connect with other goals. So each goal, maybe 25 goals to reach the big goal, which is 25 years, for example. So each year, there is small goals. I'm doing that every week, every month, practicing the things itself that I want to do it. The small goal will link me to next year, and then next year will link me to next year. So it'll be like a chain. So that chain definitely 99% will reach you to that goal. But if you don't have the big goal, so the small chain or so small years, you will give up. Even if you do it, you don't have like a hope. I don't have a hope to continue. What's the purpose for me to continue? But if I have the big goal there, so I am focusing to the big goal, but the small goal, it's my happiness. So I am working every day. Not I want to achieve the big goal. I am working every day. Each goal, it's a big goal for me. It is happiness for me, because this is being driven from within. So it means I am not stressed as a chronic stress from within. I have a balanced stress, which is the stress make me wake up in the morning, do this every day. At the same time, I will have a small achievement. I will be happy. So challenge, reward, challenge, reward, challenge, reward, challenge, reward, challenge, reward. This is how you reach. But if it's not your high value, it's not written that goal. If you face challenge, you might accept, okay, challenge, but then you have a goal, but that goal is not clear for you for that value, you will give up. Because after you reach a reward, then there is going to be another pain. Are you going to accept the other pain or not? If it is not your highest value, definitely you will
Then you will not. Yeah.
That's why majority of people failure in their goals, because they don't accept the pain. Why they say, why have to go and do it every day? It's not worth it for me. But if it is your highest value, then definitely the pain itself is a pleasure. Give you challenge to do it, and I will discover more solution. That's why we always say you do not require the motivation to do something you love. You are driven from within to do it. Because if you require motivation to do it, to achieve that goal, it means you are not heading for your highest value, and that's why you require motivation, money, and reward from things that to do it, to continue to do it. If there is no reward from an outside as a material reward, you say, I give up, it's too much for me. That's the whole problem.
See, here Hatem says a very interesting thing. He says, contemplating and listening to the universe plays a big role in that aspect.
Correct.
What we are talking about. The contemplation, like you said, about imagination of your future. You play.
Spot on.
Very,
This is the
very
reality.
well. Yes. See, now I'll tweak a little bit on the same aspect. If I have a goal, okay, and as we discussed, we wrote goals, we wrote, we created small goals, connecting to the larger goal. But what happens if somehow we don't achieve them? How to manage that disappointment that you might feel. I mean, people say that, okay, I know that if you are working towards your value, even if there is a pain, you will accept it. The disappointment would be the pain. But how do you really manage it? Because I don't see that there will be even one person in this world who will say, no, it doesn't really bother me. It will definitely bother him in some level. How do you manage that?
Well, another great question. Well, I know our conversation is very deep, very high, because that will create a lot of challenge into the brain itself. It's like, I cannot do it. I want to do it, but I cannot. The problems when you are doing something related to other people's values and you reach the pain itself creates activating the sympathetic system, which is cortisol, adrenaline, and adrenaline. Now you want to balance that with dopamine. Now, if it is not your highest value, you will require, or you will rely on dopamine from an outside. If the an outside, let's say, rewards, it's not related to highest value, you will end up addiction. So that's why people quit from the goal itself, because they cannot accept the pain from within. And the body will reveal it. They say, okay, if it is not your high value, you need to go on a drug. This is how it is. If it's not your value, drug. But if it is your value, TMV, the pain itself, it's a pleasure. It's like when you are, let me put it this in this concept. If somebody loves to be a bodybuilder, #1 in the world, do you think will love to go to the gym every day or not?
Yeah.
Of course. Now, the weight itself, it's a pain. Every time you have to put extra weight is a pain. Now, if he does not continue every day, go to the gym, do you think he will score the #1 bodybuilder? No.
No.
Now, if he accepts the pain itself, it's a pleasure. He will never give up that. So he will be definitely, the muscle will grow. He will be sleeping properly. He will be happy to go to the gym. Not he have to go to the gym. And this is where become a coherence between heart and mind. And body will be celebrating this going to the gym every day. And that will take few years to be a right shape. Then definitely you will get the golden medal. Now, many people, or majority of people who give up, who does not accept the pain, that's exactly a message that what they are doing, it's not related to their purpose in life. It's not related to highest value. That's why they give up. And 95% they give up because the goal itself, it is not in line with the highest value. It's not in line with the purpose in life. If you give up, that's a message to you, Smith, not your highest value. Not your highest value, not your highest value. But if you want to know, is my highest value, but, or let you say, you insist this is my highest value, but I cannot achieve it, then definitely, that's why we call the M, the mind. Your mind rejecting that based on your paradigm, so you need to create a paradigm shift into your mind. When you create a paradigm shift in your mind, and you create your value in your mind, which is from the heart, then you will create a coherence, which is what are you doing? Your behavior become your value, and this is it will continue as a habit. So your value will be like a habit. The habit as an action will give you a result. The result will create a picture in the mind that, wow, it's like a reward. Then you will continue accepting the pain through your highest value, which is challenge. It will create action, result, positive result, and this is the circle of achievement. So every day we do something related to our highest value, will grow, will be in all the challenge that we will face it will be like on the way, not in the way. So this is kind of any challenge, again, we see it's like a fuel for us. It's not distracting us. It's be like pushing us to do more.
Okay, interesting. If we have a very high-paying, secure job, for example, we're doing very well for ourselves, but it is not, I'll go back to that survival thing that you were talking about, that it is not our value, but it is paying the right bills. It is giving us the right future. Do we quit that job, reinvent ourselves, or how do we tackle this situation? Because many of us would be in this situation.
Correct. In fact, the majority of us, we live in a work that's not related to highest value. And majority of us working more 15, 20 years. And that's basically give us the food, give us the salary, give us the surviving states. How can I live what I'm doing for my highest value? We are not asking people to live for highest value. What we are asking, Tanvi, we asking people to understand their value, to understand that you've been giving highest talented mind to do what you love to do. Think about it. do it, recognize it, put a roadmap for you, put a goal for you, and start from now. So if you are working in an area, for example, you don't love it that much, or you rely on salary, it's okay. Have a plan in 5 years when you want to leave, at the right time, you quit from it. But you prepare yourself. You don't go immediately to leave that job. No. Create a time, think about it, focus into that what you love, and link your value to your work. When you link your work and your value together, it means that when you go to work, you will be working and understanding your salary as well will support that value. So it will give you like kind of a fuel to do that value. Yes, there's more pressure, understand, but because in your mind there is a value for you, you are working through that to reach it, then you will be having less stress, you'll be happy life, because you know in 5 years you move into something else.
True. So how you think that what you're talking about is like it will require a person's belief, right?
Of course.
Like you have to have that belief. How do you create that belief?
Tanvi, let us to do it a shock.
Okay.
The highest value, it's within us in the heart. If we don't believe in ourselves, don't expect other people to believe in us.
Very well.
So number one, we have to believe in ourselves, and we have to believe in what we love to do. And if we love what we do, the things will be transformed to reality. Other people will believe in us. Don't expect other people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. This is the problem. See, everybody wants to see a result. And if you are working in innovation, in creativity, in uniqueness, people, they don't see it. So work in it until people recognize it. And that will be like a benefit for them. Then they will say, thank you so much, Tanvi. You've done a great job. But after you create it, so don't expect people will say, thank you, Tanvi, without you doing that. But if you're doing that, and it's not your value, even people who appreciate it, it's not enough. Because yourself, from within, you're not appreciating that. So how you can survive for that? You'll be in more stress. That's why people sacrifice a lot of things for their works. And end of the day, what will happen? These people, they don't appreciate me. People don't give me enough money. So this is crucial, you know. Highest value, it is the life. It is your soul. If you look after it, then people will say, wow, you are a model.
No, you're right. You're true. But, you know, like there are times that you need to, you have that overwhelming feeling or desire to tell people that, you know what, you don't know what I'm doing, or you know, you need to you have that feeling that you want to tell people that, see, I will show I'm good. So how do you tackle that? I mean, like there are people who feel that, you know.
Sure. Don't worry about other people. We worry about who we are and what we deliver. If we believe in ourselves and what we deliver, we enjoy it. So we are not doing this so other people to enjoy it. No, we are doing that because we believe in ourselves, and the people who believe in themselves, they will understand what we're talking. They will understand this mission, because you know, if we know what we love, what we do in purpose, it's tough for other people to do it, because they will never understand it unless there is a purpose and let we say advantage for them to do it. If there is no advantage, they will never come to you. So they need to give advantage. If you give them sweets, if you give them chocolate, if you give them reward, they will come to you. But if there is, you say, I will give you beautiful things to heal you, to become a better person, that's it. Their mind say, no, we are fine. We don't need this kind of thing. But order them a cafe, go for beautiful coffee and this, they will come. So they are in survival mode, not in life. So we, as a, you know, team of Alexier, you know, Alexier Al-Haya, we are heading for deep inside to the heart of the person, and each of us in here, they are amazing people. Through their life, if they recognize and allow themselves to understand the real love, which is the real purpose, which is the highest value, they will love in peace, they will love in a best state of life.
See, very well said here by Breath Life Coaching. Says that when we disconnected from our life mission and our life force, then we stopped recognizing our values.
Correct.
I mean, when you disconnect, yeah, very well said. So I guess this is what I had wanted to ask you all of this. I didn't even know where 1 hour went while talking to you. It is always like that. So I'll just open the forum for questions. I'll just swipe back if there are any questions. And if people who are live would like to ask questions, please feel free to type in. So we'll just open it for questions for some time. Okay. Natural pathway in brain of practicing the highest value. That is by Dr. Nada Al-Hazawi. She's amazing. Yeah. Thank you.
She's a person, she put, as we always say, we are so happy and grateful for Dr. Nada Al-Hazawi to be with us as in the team, because she proved this VMG method as a scientific understanding, how it actually heal the body.
What I really like about you three, how you come together, is basically each topic that you discuss. It is basically giving a human behavior, backing from your expertise. Then with Dr. Muhammad, it will be more of the psychologic, backing, and Dr. Nada, of course, gives the scientific approach to it, which creates a very unified approach to this methodology. I guess, I don't see much people asking questions. That means whatever we spoke, it was to the point. So what I understand is discovering your purpose means finding a way to impact the world in a way that fulfills and satisfies you. Your purpose aligns with your dreams, your values, and your action. It gives your meaning to your existence. Am I getting there?
Spot on. The highest value is the telos, is the end of mind. If you do something and you love and you do not require motivation to do it, and you wake up in the morning 5 o'clock loving to do it, this is your highest value. Just go and do it, and the life is so beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you very, very much for enlightening us and having this conversation with us. And, if you'd like to tell people what you have plans for the upcoming month, we'll be really happy if anybody wants to know as well. So it'll be really cool if you want to tell us what's in the pipeline for VMG.
I would say, number one, follow us, follow 10 Vision, and we will be doing a lot of healing nights and a lot of beautiful events every month. Please attend this. It is amazing. As Elixir of Life, we are heading for Kuwait next month, but there is a journey between peace and inspiration into coming up very soon to Bosnia, and that will be the team of Elixir of Life traveling for 8 days. It's amazing. It's a lot of secrets there. Please follow us, keep in touch with us, and the life's so beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you very, very much. Please follow as My Life 2020. Of course, after this talk, I will be posting this on my YouTube channel, as well as some teasers on Instagram, wherein all the required tags will be there. So if you'd like to follow Mr. Ahmed, Dr. Muhammad, or Dr. Nada, their links would be in my comment section. So hopefully we'll have more live sessions with you, Mr. Muhammad, very, very soon. Thank you very, very much for being part of this. And until next time, thank you. And Eid Mubarak in advance.
Thank you. Thank you. Eid Mubarak to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.